Well, hello everyone, and a very good morning from a very sunny, unseasonally sunny Norwich station. Located in the very heart of Norfolk at the terminus of the Great Eastern Main Line from London, where the 745-109 has very much turned up from, carrying a load of passengers from London. I've just moved up to the end of the platform here so we can see what's going on, just as well I did, because we do have another 755 which is arriving in. Again, I'm not too sure from where. May very well be from Norwich Crown Point Depot, so I wasn't expecting something in this early. But in the intro, you saw 755405, that was on a terminating Greater Anglia service from Cambridge. That would have come via the beautiful Brecklin line, via Ely and Thetford. This 755 coming in here has indeed come from Norwich Crown Point Depot and is coming to sit in the sidings just beside the station. And while that makes its way in, probably going to hold a signal. Let's take a look at the sort of layout of the station. On these platforms we're standing on now are the platforms that 745s predominantly depart from on their services bound for London Liverpool Street. And those platforms just towards the right hand side of the shot are the platforms used by services on Greater Anglia, the Wherry Lines to Greater Yarmouth from Lowestoft, and also the Bittern line to Sheringham, and also some of the Cambridge and Stansted Airport services. Not to mention, we have East Midlands Railway here on their mammoth Norwich to Liverpool Lime Street service. This is the very terminus of that. Indeed, the 755 here is just changing the signal. It looks like the driver has manually changed the junction. As also departing out, it's suddenly got very busy here, is the 755414 on the 1045 Greater Anglia service to Sheringham. This is on the so-called Bittern line, which runs up to Sheringham via Cromer. The 755s and 745s are fantastic trains. I think they may very well be some of my favourite trains in the UK. They are very good trains. So they have the capability to, or at least the 755s do, have the capability to run on diesel, as this one is doing here. We have an East Midlands Railway service due outbound for Liverpool Lime Street in a few minutes. I believe that may very well be the next train that we see here. I had to come all the way up to the end of the platform to see this, but departing out now is going to be the 1055 East Midlands Railway service, heading all the way west and north towards Liverpool Lime Street, starting here at this very station. It's going to be operated by a 2-car class 158, which I assume will get very busy later on. This is 158852. The rear carriage of that is already almost entirely full. I can only anticipate that getting considerably busier later on. And now we're at Norwich, it gives me the pleasure of doing something that I've wanted to do for quite some time, and is one of my favourite things to do in general on the railways, to read out the calling points of a Norwich to Liverpool Lime Street service. This one calls at Thetford, Ely, where it reverses for the first time, then March. Didn't realise East Midlands Railway called it March. I do now. Then Peterborough, Grantham, Nottingham are at gains 2 carriages of 158812, so I have 4 carriages as it leaves Nottingham. Then it will call at Alfreton, Chesterfield, Sheffield, where it reverses for the second time. Then Stockport, Manchester Piccadilly, Manchester Oxford Road, Warrington Central, Widnes, Liverpool South Parkway, and Liverpool Lime Street. We'll arrive in over 5.5 hours. Now, the train on our left on platform 1, the 1100 Greater Anglia service to London Liverpool Street, operated by 745005, is just about to depart. But before we do, it's time for a nice and early question of the video. The train on my left is a 745-0, 745005, and the train on my right is a 745-1, 745109. My question for you is, what is the difference between the class 745-0s and the 745-1s? Leave your answers down in the comments below. There's more than one difference, by the way, so list as many as you can. Okay, and 745005 has just locked up and is now departing on the 1100 Greater Anglia service to London Liverpool Street, calling at Dis Stowmarket, Manningtree, not Stowmarket, Dis Stowmarket, Ipswich, Manningtree, sorry, Colchester, Stratford, and London Liverpool Street. 745s, of course, stop at Stratford to set down passengers only in the London direction. Although I'm not sure how strictly this is enforced. So let's to get a clearer view of the station surroundings. And the two 755s is, I believe that's 755-333 as well, one of the free car examples. Sitting alongside 755-415, which we saw coming in just earlier. Now, I said earlier on in the video that most Greater Anglia services from London Liverpool Street will use platforms 1 and 2, but this seems to be an exception. For the first time I've seen here at Norwich, we have a class 745 arriving in on platform 4. This train does form an ECS back to Norwich Crown Point depot, so it may be easier to access Crown Point from this platform. That's what I'm thinking this one's coming in here. There's a 745-004, again apologies for the sun. Lots of people with big suitcases. It is uni moving in time, so I assume lots of students moving into the couple of universities around Norwich. Do you drop me a comment down below if you go to university in Norwich? It looks like the ECS at this train was going to form to Norwich Crown Point has now been cancelled, and this is now the 1200 going back down to London Liverpool Street. So we'll catch that going out just a bit later, but there is a little bit of action going on platform 6 that I would like to catch, as we have one of the 755s departing. Here is platform 6 on the far side of the station. As getting ready to depart now is the 1127 Greater Anglia service to Cambridge via Thetford. Seven 55405 is the service we saw coming in at the very beginning of the video on a service from Cambridge. It's now going back to Cambridge. This service, as you may have heard, is on diesel at the moment, but when it gets to Ely, it will change power to electric and is able to run on electric all the way down to Cambridge. This service's next stop will be at Wyndham. Okay, as the bottom out is going to be the 1132 Greater Anglia service to London Liverpool Street. Quite a fast acceleration up the station, this one. This is the other type of service which runs on the Great Eastern Main Line operated by 745s. I wouldn't so much say that there is a faster or a slower 745 service. This one calls at Diss, then runs direct to Ipswich, skipping Stowmarket, then stopping at Manningtree, Colchester, and then stopping at Chelmsford, which the other one doesn't, and then running direct to Liverpool Street without stopping at Stratford. I have also noticed that an East Midlands Railway Class 158 is pulled up just beside me without me knowing, and I realised this one is 158889, and this is a very unique East Midlands Railway set because it actually has South West trains kept. Not South Western Railway, South West trains, because this train originally used to be in service with South West trains on services around the Southampton, Salisbury, Romsey area. Okay, we have an interesting situation going on here, which only happens at a handful of stations across the UK, and certainly one that I wasn't expecting to see this morning. Down in the platform 1, you can see an East Midlands Railway Class 158, which we were remarking on earlier, and coming also into this platform is going to be 755 402, which is on a terminating service from Cambridge. And the 755, I believe, is going to stop right up to the Class 158 sitting just at the end of the platform. Yep, it is going right up to the Class 158. We'll see. It'll give us some interesting photo opportunities in a moment. The service is going back up to form the 11:45 service to Sheringham. 755-334 terminating in now. I don't know what it is today with services turning up ridiculously early so that I can't see them on the timetable. But 755-334. Oh, this is a double set. Or this might even be a triple set with 755-424 in the middle. This one will be from London Liverpool Street. And 755-417 out the road. We have a 4, a 4 and a 3 to total 11 cars. Real-time train thinks it's 12 cars. I'm not too sure what's going on there. This is forming the 11:44 terminating service from London Liverpool Street. But yes, now it is possible, and it has been possible for quite some time, to see 755s coupled together in ridiculous formations like this on services to and from London. So as you can see in the terrible light, here is 158889. As right alongside it is 755, I keep getting them mixed up, 755-402, which is now forming the 11:45 service bound for Sheringham via Cromer. With its next stop being at Salthouse. As there goes 158889 on the very, very rammed 11:55 East Midlands Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street. I'm not going to read out all the calling points again, don't worry. But that calls out all the same stops to Liverpool Lime Street. Okay, as spotting out now is going to be the 1200, as the time slowly ticks over to midday. 1200 Greater Anglia service to London Liverpool Street. Go to 745004 with its next stop being at Dis. What is it with these platform alterations today? 158813 terminating in, which was supposed to come in on platform 1, but is now coming on platform 3. Platform 4, sorry. That's coming in out is what's going to be the final train of the day, which is going to be the terminating Greater Anglia service from London Liverpool Street, which is the top number 745-745-001. To apologise for the sun, it's better facing this way. Not as busy as some of the other 745s we've seen today. Looking very lovely as it pulls in. Anyway, that just about brings our time here at Norwich to a close. It's been a lot of fun in the nearly 2 hours I've spent recording here. It is absolute paradise if you love 755s and 745s. Unfortunately, the variety isn't the same here as it once was, maybe 5 years ago, but it's still really enjoyable visit nonetheless. With lots of interesting activity going on here. I look forward to welcoming back to the channel soon, but until next time, it's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from Norwich. Bye everyone.